Hi everyone, this is Shantae, aka Shanteezy on Twitter and Instagram, or just simply just Shantae. Welcome to the Saturday edition of Shantae's Analysis. That's me. I am Shantae. And so I am going to get into the nitty gritty, but first, I forgot to put in my hashtag coronavirus because that's important. We're still in the midst of this global pandemic. So I'm just going to just pull up the stats for the coronavirus. So as of today, November 7th, 2020, we are at 49 million on the global confirmed cases, 49,759,719. The global death toll is at 1,249,515. With the US confirmed cases, we are at 9,851,717, and the global death toll is 237,019. So this is all coming from the Johns Hopkins website, and I think the number of cases we had a record high of cases as of yesterday, 121,000. Not surprised. And there's a couple of states that's seen rising crazy amount of cases. But I'm going to go to the states. Hey, how you doing? Because you got to talk about the coronavirus first. So according to the states with the high reckoning, we still have not received, the proper justice for Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, or George Floyd. Yeah, New York was definitely, it was different. It was definitely celebratory. I have videos of guys riding their bikes from uptown. I think from, if not from Harlem or the Bronx or from the Heights, they were riding their bikes all through Times Square, down to 34th Street. I mean, it was real. Because the city of New York, and I know there's another New York on here, we don't like Donald Trump. We never did. We didn't like him from the 70s. My mom didn't like him from the 70s, 80s. I was born in the 80s. I didn't like him in the 90s. I thought he was disgusting, slimy. The man was never for his kids and never for his children. Like, he was the worst kind. Blue states are partying, but be careful. Twitter is on fire with violence and footage. Yeah, I saw some of that, and I saw some of the protests, and I'm just like, whoa. Like, I feel bad for those who live in blue states. So be careful. I mean, blue and red states, and red districts and blue states. Please be careful for your safety. Be careful. And I just want y'all to be careful. But to get into how Joe Biden won. Joe Biden won from the black votes in Wisconsin and Milwaukee because those provisional ballots and those absentee ballots and blue districts in Wisconsin were Democrat favor, because the Democrats, all Democrats have encouraged mail-in voting due to the raging pandemic. But of course, Republican legislators made it hard for black and brown people to vote. And so even though people have requested their ballots, some people had to take their ballots in because they didn't trust the post office due to what DeJoy was doing was crazy. And so, I mean, that's why people had their ballots in. And some places had early voting, and early voting was a massive turnout in certain black neighborhoods such as Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Detroit, Michigan, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So when Tuesday night, I was nervous. I'm not even gonna lie, I was nervous Tuesday night because everything was just taking long. I knew the state of New York was coming through. I knew the state of California was coming through. Connecticut, New Jersey, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware. Those were coming through. No, absolutely. We have to be vigilant and we have to be safe. And those were coming through. But when Wisconsin and Michigan was leading his way, I was like, uh-oh. But then I woke up Wednesday morning, it was like Donald Trump's lead has significantly dropped and Joe Biden's lead has significantly increased. And when I was looking at those numbers in Wisconsin on Wednesday morning, I was like, Joe Biden's going to end up winning Wisconsin. And he did. And then he won Michigan like an hour or two later. And I was just like, that's when you know Donald Trump was in trouble. Because he did not win Wisconsin or Michigan, he was in trouble. Those early votes, see, Donald Trump is a stupid Republican. Because if he was a smart Republican, Republicans mostly vote by mail. That's the history of it. They have ways to get around their shit because they know half of them don't vote in person. I know that. They mostly vote by mail. So that's how I know Donald Trump is dumb. He should have encouraged early voting and mail-in voting, because if he did, he would have won again. But he told people to go on the day of, and so the day of was already counted. So now you have to count the provisional ballots and the early voting and the absentee ballots, and Joe Biden kicked his ass on that one. Oh, I had gas the whole night on Tuesday and Wednesday, and chest pains like around Thursday. And Friday, my head was hurting. I couldn't hardly eat my food that I even cooked. But yeah, that's how Donald Trump lost, because he encouraged day of voting and not early voting and not mail-in voting or absentee voting. It's the same shit. That was dumb. That's how he lost. And I was going to wait. I thought it was going to be on Monday when they announced the whole thing, because I know over the weekend it takes days to count ballots, especially mail-in ballots. Pennsylvania said it was going to take them days. They said it was going to be Friday, but then it was like, okay, it might have been Monday. But somehow there was just too many backs of ballots that came in Philadelphia because of him. But the sore losers will try to drag this out starting Monday with law. Of course, he wants to sue everybody. Donald Trump does not take losing well, never did take losing well. I mean, he had to settle in court how many times? Before he even ran for political office the first time in 2011, your man's was settling in court many times because he had fucked people over 10,000 times. And just to keep it real, he was an FBI informant back in the 1980s. What a punk ass bitch. Rat. So I don't know how Italians will be for that motherfucker. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Donald Trump is just stupid. And those votes in Philly really was a massive turnout for early voting, especially. So that's how Joe Biden won. And there's still states up in the air. There's still Arizona, which he's leading. Let me just check AP for a second on my phone while I'm here. Arizona. I'm still trying to look for Arizona. Don't even know where it is. Still trying to look for that. Well, I can look for the election results in Arizona. It's not popping up, but he is leading in Arizona, and he's leading in Georgia. Because the last time I checked, Georgia was, in his favor. But of course, the salty Trump is salty, like saltine crackers. I'm just going to read one of the tweets from him because I'm just that like that. Okay. Because I haven't seen that come up. It's so weird. Presidential election results. There we go. AP said he got 290. So, okay. So in Georgia, he has 49.5. Yeah, it was a slow landslide due to Republican state legislators. So he leads by 2,463,889 votes in Georgia. We might find out about Georgia tomorrow morning. Arizona, he has 49.5. So he's at 1,630,127. And Iowa, well, of course, he's not leading in Iowa. He don't really need, Iowa's only 6 electoral votes. But yeah, Biden has 290, but the cable networks don't want to call Arizona yet because I assume they're afraid of Donald Trump's tweeting. Like, he already lost. Like, don't be afraid. Why is people afraid of a punk ass like Donald Trump, who is a rat and a snitch? Like, let's be real. But yeah, Donald Trump is still sitting at 214 electoral votes, and Joe Biden has over 75 million popular vote with 290 electoral votes, and he might have 306 or like 321. Yeah, he's been posting a lot of like fraudulent things, and they put the exclamation marks like this is fraud, this is fraud. And his daughter did the same shit too. Yeah, the mainstream media is confusing people, but AP never lies. The Associated Press, oh, they be on the shits. And the election desk be calling the shit too. It's the cable networks. I think they're afraid. But yeah, this here, I mean, Georgia's about to do the damn thing. Georgia is about to be like, we're going to give Biden that because Biden deserves it. And I won't surprise if North Carolina does flip one of these days. And I mean, like not, but it might flip. It might. Because they're like close to each other in North Carolina. Really close. But yeah. I mean, it's where we are. It's gonna be some rough couple of weeks for us. Donald Trump is gonna act like a plumb fool. I'm not surprised. He's gonna act like an idiot. But it is what it is. We just gotta hold on to faith, and trouble don't last always. Yeah, most of these states, Donald Trump did not lead by much. He did not lead. Only places he led by was the real small states like Oklahoma and South Carolina. And even in South Carolina, he didn't lead. And Florida, like, Donald Trump did not win by a landslide in these states. Joe Biden won 4 more million votes than he did. And they win like probably like million more votes. Just cause. Joe Biden is actually well liked. Kamala's well liked too in the Senate and everybody else. They're both well liked politicians. The problem is people did not like Hillary, even though I always loved Hillary because Hillary was a damn good senator. But I mean, but I think people did not like Tim Kaine, but There's people that do like Hillary. Some people. And I'm one of the some people. But yeah. And I will never forget the people, I gotta be petty for a second. I didn't want to do this, but it's a joyous occasion too. I will never forget some of the Democrats who talked shit about both Joe and Kamala, more so about Kamala. Yeah, it was a historical election. The first Black Southeast Asian woman, Gen Xer, and a trailblazer. First woman to have that, the first woman to be the vice president. Yep, Madam Vice. And Joe Biden made history too, the oldest white man to be president, and the second Roman Catholic to be the president, because the first Roman Catholic was John F. Kennedy, now 60 years ago, exactly from this year, 60 years ago. But it is a joyous occasion, but let me just, my little bit of pettiness. All those leftists, I'm talking about the TYTs of the world, the Shanks of the world, the Anna Kasparans of the world, the Ryan Grimms of the world, the Krista Balls of the world, the Ryan Knights of the world, the Brianna Joy Grays of the world, even some Warren people like Brittany Cooper, Fred Joseph, even Jason Overstreet. He didn't do nothing to me, but he's included in this shit too. Philip Agnews, Angela Peoples of the world, all you motherfuckers that talk that shit about Kamala, and that said she will make a horrible vice president, and that she jailed people, which she didn't. You could go check out Black Women's Views Media whole debunked of Kamala stuff. Oh, and Sean King. Oh, can't forget about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Bitch ass motherfucker that blocked me. Oh, because I am doing a snippet video on Facebook. Very serious of that. Yep, I am calling them out, man. Yeah, man. And as you know, there are West Indians in New York, and people mistaking me for one. I'm like, nope. I embrace the culture because you guys are my people too. But yeah. Yeah, 104 years. 104 years. I think, yeah, 104 since 1916. Yeah. But I'm calling them all out because they deserve it. Because they, like I said, they talk that shit, and it was tap dancing for the white man and the white woman that lied about her lineage as a Native American. Oh, get Tariq Nasheed. Thank you. Mr. Foundational Black Man, Mr. Black Man who hates Black immigrants. But we are all immigrants because Black people came here involuntarily. Mr. Ben Carson, they didn't came here voluntarily. They didn't have the opportunity. They were shackled. And so was your ancestors too, bitch. All y'all talk that shit, dancing for the white man and dancing for this, and y'all dancing for the most bigoted motherfuckers, or those who don't have no relationship with Black people and they just found Jesus back in 1996 when they became Democrats, Elizabeth Warren, or Bernie Sanders, who grew up in white Jewish Brooklyn, who don't hardly be around Black people. Oh, yep, and a secret Trump supporter. Yep, because he retweeted Trump shit too. Yep, Tariq Nasheed, his white wife, his biracial wife. He don't talk about his biracial wife because his mother-in-law is white. And this foundational Black man bullshit. His wife, Peanut. Yeah. Talk that shit. Y'all dancing for white people, twerking on their ass, probably sitting on their Yep, y'all motherfuckers. How do you feel? How's today? What's going on today? How y'all feeling? Candace Owens, Miss Blexit, Miss Split Ends, Miss Relaxer, No Need No More, Transition, Go Natural is fine, Embrace Your Blackness. Brandon Tatum, bitch ass motherfucking nigga, whatever, bitch ass. Terrence K, William looking ass, squirrel looking ass motherfucker, beaver ass looking motherfucker. Hot Tep's crusty lips ass. Melissa Tate's nappy headed ass. Angela Staten King, witch looking ass. Kim K's nasty ass lace fronts. Errol Weber's nerdy ass, motherfucking nasty looking ass. Mr. 13.6% of the vote. That's more embarrassing than Angela Staten King's almost 15% of the vote. I got the stats right here in front of me. It's time to pull it. It's time to read, people. You know, I try not to be petty, but you know, these motherfuckers, they still talking. Like they still like yapping in motherfucking mouth, you know, and not realizing that a Donald Trump endorsement, if you ain't white, then it ain't right. That endorsement ain't right for you. But here it is. Kim K's election results from AP, she only earned 29.2% of the vote. She got beaten. Mr. Mufay got 70.8% of the vote, which earned him 68,323 versus her 69,428. 428. Who else? Angela Staten King's. Before I read hers, there's somebody, I gotta read the other thing. Her name is Barnett, Kathy Barnett. Her vote, she only earned 40.6% of the vote, which she had 177,606 versus Madeline Dean. Madeline Dean is popular in Congress. She actually does for the constituents in her district. You going to really compete against that? 259,877 of the votes. I mean, she got 40% of the votes. She did okay, but I just want to read Angela Staten King's results. Her challenger, her opponent, Nikema Williams, well-respected politician in Georgia Democratic arena. 85.1% of the vote, which she had 293,320 vote. Almost got 3,000. Oh, I'm going to read him next because that's embarrassing. Angela Staten King got 14.9% of the vote. 51,326. And she bragged that she got more than Kanye West. I was like, what, 1,000 and something more? You didn't get as much more than Kanye. Kanye wasn't endorsed by anybody. You was endorsed by Donald Trump. Now, Errol Lewis is, this shit is embarrassing. But wait, I gotta get the one of Maxine Waters. Yep, I forgot about that. Joe Collins was 27.9% of the vote. He only got 66,656. Hey, cousin. Maxine Waters got 72.1% of the vote. She got 172,039. She got more than half of the vote than he did. He only earned nearly 28% of the vote. Now on to Errol Lewis. This, because I saved the embarrassments for last. Karen Bass. He ran against Karen Bass. Like, are you fucking insane? Karen Bass is the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, and she's popular in LA. And she's progressive. And she delivers for her people. 86.4% of the vote. She got 224,798. Almost 225,000 of the vote. Errol Weber. 13.6% of the vote. Hey, girl. 35,499. Oh, God. These Trumpers, like, you really going to run against powerful Democrats like Maxine Waters and Karen Bass and Madeline Dean and Kwame Mufe? Are you dumb? Like, are you dumb? Like Remy Martin, are you dumb? Y'all had no shot of running in Democratic territory, knowing that you will get your ass dragged by powerful Democrats like Maxine Waters and Karen Bass and Madeline Dean and Kwame Mufe. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Even though the guy John James put up a good fight with Gary Peters, but Gary Peters delivers for his state. And so is Debbie Stabenow. He tried to run against Debbie Stabenow. No. Not Debbie. Debbie is powerful in the Senate. Are you kidding me? All these Trumpers trying to run against powerful Democrats that actually deliver for people and actually deliver legislation. Are you stupid? Like, are you stupid? And we do got a Justice Democrat that we got to share about, because this shit is so funny. I just laugh because so this Democrat tried to run against Nancy Pelosi, the most powerful woman in Congress. The woman who Donald Trump fears the most besides Kamala. He fears Kamala, Hillary, and Nancy Pelosi. One black woman and two white women. Feared them the most. So let me just read the results. Nancy Pelosi has 78.2% of the vote, which is 265,766. Mr. Butter, 21.8% of the vote, 74,142. That's not even half. You thought running against the most powerful woman in Congress, you thought you was going to overtake her? People in San Francisco, they like her ass. You was not getting nowhere near Nancy Pelosi. Unless Nancy Pelosi decides to retire, well, she might retire one day, then yeah. She's not going to go against Nancy. No. Nancy is that old bitch. Nancy is part of the reason why we had the CARES Act passed and trying to get the HEROES Act passed with the student loan forgiveness. And of course, crusty turtleneck ass Mitch McConnell, which Kentucky, we need a conversation. So I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all. Y'all know y'all the poorest state and like number like 40 something in education and healthcare. I don't understand why y'all keep having the same motherfucker, that motherfucker, to represent y'all. Him and Rand Paul, the most stupidest motherfuckers in the Senate, besides Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and Rick Scott. because he another dumb. But whatever. I don't know nothing. But yeah. And that's where we are. All these people trying to run against powerful politicians that actually deliver, that save democracy, that stand up against Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? Half of you progressives won't stand up against Donald Trump. Some of y'all are Trumpian. Not all of you progressives, but some of y'all. Especially those progressive commentators like Shank. You better be careful for the former Republicans like Shank, because that one, I don't know what Daniel Cameron's going to be, but I'm pretty sure they're showing up to his house. Daniel Cameron's probably not getting any good sleep. He probably getting death threats like a motherfucker, which I'm not for people getting death threats, but he probably getting them death threats because of what he did to Rihanna, how he did not charge those cops, did not arrest them, and did not put them in contempt. All right, no problem. Take care. But yeah, I had to drag him. But folks, I'm about to get off this, but we have Joe Biden as president-elect. I gotta get that, call him president-elect, and I had to get my mind and frame to call Madam Vice President Kamala Devi Harris. I'm gonna get that all in my head. So that's that. But until then, I might see y'all tomorrow. I might not, because I don't do this on the weekends. But until then, you guys have a great night, and we could sleep well for right now, just for right now. And be careful if you're celebrating this weekend. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and social distance. So until then, you have a good night.